How are you, sir?
Hello, Ariel. How are you getting on?
I'm doing great. It's great to see you again. It's great to talk to you. Last time I spoke to you, by the way, do you remember when was the last time we spoke in an official capacity?
It's been a while.
It was
remind me.
Early days of the pandemic on Instagram Live. Like, I'm talking 2 weeks into this thing. And
we thought it was going to last 2 weeks, right?
Yes, we thought it was going to last 2 weeks. We thought we were just rounding third, as they see here in America. And you revealed that you were going to be a father, but you were also a little bit worried about the gym and the expenses. I mean, obviously, that has been a long time, but you are now a father, and I believe your son is over a year old. So
he's 16 months now. 16 months. He's doing great, causing loads of trouble, running around the place, pulling stuff off shelves. So I spend most of my time at home just following him and picking stuff back up.
Yes.
But it's I'm loving it, really enjoying the process. And can't recommend it enough to anybody out there thinking about it.
Yes. Are we ready for number 2 by any chance?
I'm actually putting in the hard rounds as we speak. And, hopefully we can knock out number 2 next year.
Good.
So,
I'm happy to hear that.
We're back on the wagon.
You're making up for lost time. That's very good. Yes. No, I get what you're trying to say. And by the way, the gym. I mean, how did things turn out for the gym? Things hopefully starting to get back a little bit to normal. I know there's now new fears and whatnot, but you had just opened or had put in the plans for this monster. I think you were calling it. What was you calling it? The machine, the monster, or something? Did you make it out okay?
Yeah, look, like all gym owners out there, I reinvested everything in my life into my what I perceive to be my final gym after 20 years in this crazy business. And I have moved 10 times in a 20-year period, and this was the last one. I opened up in September and I closed in January. And it's been on and off for the last 2 years, more off than on, and it's a challenge. And it's and like I said, a lot of people out there in the same position as me, but I'm hoping we just got new regulations brought in that starting from tomorrow, I can only allow people in that are either vaxxed or have their COVID recovery cert. So that's just another hurdle for us to get over. But look, like I said, a lot of people out there are much tougher situations than me, and we will get through this. And I feel that going into the new year, we can hopefully push this horrible disease back into oblivion and have a much better 22.
Amen. Before I ask you about the very good cause that you're here to talk about, I just want to sort of, tie the bow that I was just talking about before you came on. What is it like to see Jose Aldo all these years later? You guys will always be connected to him because of that night. It must be, and there is a great appreciation and I think a mutual respect between your team and his team, Conor and him, after all these years, after everything that was said and done. Isn't it wild to see him still doing this at this level against this kind of opposition?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I spoke about it a lot at the time, but going back, like, I was a massive WEC fan, and if you're a WEC fan, you're obsessed with Aldo. Just the way he was the first one that I really saw a striking-based MMA guy that just dismantled grapplers. So I was trying to learn a lot from what he did, and even going back further than that, his amazing coach, Dede, when I watched him back in the Pride days. So there was nobody that was a bigger fan of that team and Aldo specifically than me. And in the lead up to that fight, I had many sleepless nights looking at those leg kicks and his takedown defense and his speed and his technique and his experience. And I somewhat regretted how the fight went because I would have loved to see the clash of styles and some more exchanges. But, it went the way it went. And look what Aldo's done. He's come back completely reinvigorated at 135, and he's looking world class. He's looking like a champion beater. And if he gets that Dillashaw fight, I think we'll really see just how far he's come since then. And I'm sure Conor would love to see it, and certainly I would love to see him have his hand raised and have that belt at 135.
Oh yeah, I mean the fact that mentally he was able to come over or get over that defeat. And the embarrassment and the shame that he felt, that shot of him in the locker room crying, is something that I think no one will forget. The heartbreak that he felt. It's really heartwarming to see him thrive on this level once again. Now, you are here in large part, John, to talk about a very, very worthy cause. Like I said, the Irish MMA community, who we hold near and dear to our heart. We have loved to see it thrive, and the ups, the downs. Now it seems like the ups again, and there's a ton of new young talent coming up. Was hit very hard by a tragic accident that happened in the gym, not your gym, another gym, and it seems like everyone is coming together, putting aside any potential rivalries or differences to really put on a great event in honor of a young man who is struggling right now, but is hoping for a miracle. Can you tell us more about what you guys are doing?
Yeah, so briefly, a great young fighter. Actually, his last pro fight was against one of my guys, and it was a very tough contest. He has a fantastic jiu-jitsu game in MMA, Ian Coughlan, and he sustained a horrific freak accident in July, and he ended up being paralyzed. Where it's a terrible situation, but we're hoping there can be some light at the end of the tunnel, and we can show the strength of the Irish and the international MMA community and raise funds to send this young man, young husband, young fighter to Germany for a very promising treatment. And, I'm hoping for a Christmas miracle, and we can get this man back walking, back moving in some capacity, get his confidence back, get his independence back. And I've got to know him more over the last while, and his wife. And we've really thrown ourselves behind this, and as has the entire Irish MMA community. So with that being said, many years ago in the lead up to the Mayweather fight, Conor had a pair of boots that he wore for the training camp that he kind of fell in love with, that he wore them in all the sessions. I think I've sent you some pictures. I don't know whether we're showing them here.
Yeah, we're going to show them right now.
I'm sure the fans will love the one of me being strangled by him while boxing sparring. He decided to take me down and choke me out one day. But yeah, these were the boots that he wore for all the sessions. And at the end of the training camp, I certainly took note that this was going to be one of the biggest combat sports fight of all time. We had the biggest name, arguably the biggest name in boxing versus arguably the biggest name in mixed martial arts, the undefeated champ versus the champ. And I have these boots here.
Wow.
And after the last session, I sneakily took them away and put them to one side. And I'll be honest, there was a part of me thinking, if anything ever went terribly wrong for me, I could give them to Orla to auction off for Connell and
Wow.
maybe put him through college, or at least give him some kind of start if something ever went terrible wrong with the gym or with myself. And well, look, this situation has come up, and it seems the time now that I took them out of safe. I haven't done anything to these. They haven't been cleaned. I didn't do anything with them. I had put them to one side because I knew they were going to be a very important piece of combat sports memorabilia. And we're hoping we have an auction site set up. It actually, the landing page, I don't think will be ready until tomorrow, but I've sent you on the links there. We can share with all the fans. And we're really hoping that there's someone out there that, maybe the man that has everything and has a couple of quid and wants to get a very, very special, very much a one-off Christmas present for somebody or for himself. How good would these look in a nice glass case in your office or in your study at home, your sports memorabilia room? I don't believe there's anything else out there that comes close to this. A lot of boxers sign their gloves at the end of a fight, and there's many of them. This is a one-off. You're never going to have something like this again. The boots worn by Conor, we have a bunch of pictures that be signed by him. We have the boots that will be signed by him. And know as well that your money is going to an incredible cause. I really believe, I've done my research on this treatment, and I really believe by next summer we could have Ian come on the show and show what it's done, what it's meant to him. We needed to raise 75,000 euros for this, and we're already knocking on 45,000 euros. A big chunk of that came from the man himself, Conor, and now he's put these in. And we're also doing, which is more Dublin based, we're doing a super seminar on the 18th of December. You can go to my Instagram to get all the information on that. And we hope to raise a good chunk of change at that seminar. All the different teams are coming together. Me and Andy Ryan, we're across the cage from each other all the time. We're across the cage for Ian Coughlan's last fight in Bellator. I had Costi, he had Ian. We're great rivals. We're great pals. and we'll be teaching to get around the mat that day.
Wow.
Because that's what combat sports is about. That's what mixed martial arts is about. We're fierce rivals on Saturday night, and then we're all part of the same community come Monday morning. Win, lose or draw, the show carries on. We get back in the gym. We're training our guys together. We work together, and this is an opportunity for us to show the strength of the national community and the international community. I saw a message today on Instagram. He's one of Ireland's best jiu-jitsu players. I'm killing myself here because his name escapes my mind at the moment, but I saw his post and it was a beautiful post. And he said, I don't have much money, but I do have jiu-jitsu knowledge. So I'm doing a seminar, and he put up the details in that seminar. I've no doubt that guy's going to raise a couple of hundred that day, chip in towards the cause. Over the last couple of weeks, I've seen a number of jiu-jitsu guys do this. MMA guys, the great Paddy Collins, one of Ireland's best ever pro boxing trainers. He's trainer of Steve Collins, who, back in the day, helped Mr. Helwani there, snuck him onto his podcast to wish Conor all the luck in his MMA debut. Paddy Collins will be at my gym on the 18th, showing some of his secrets, how he trained Steve Collins, how to beat Chris Eubank back in the day. Like I said, I have myself, Andy Ryan, Brad Katona, Canada's finest.
Yes.
The Ultimate Fighter trophy winner. Johnny Walker will be here. The man himself, the Notorious, has hinted he may be swinging by in the day. I'm not too sure. I can't guarantee that, but hopefully he'll be here in the day. And it'll be a great day. It'll be a great day of people coming together. I'm naming the seminar Unstoppable. I'm asking all the coaches to show their 3 unstoppable moves that they rely on when they're tired and sore, that they always catch people with. I've got a nasty guillotine, an arm bar, and a sweep. I'm looking forward to seeing Andy Ryan, one of Ireland's best ever judo players. I'm sure he's got some great throws in there. Johnny Walker with some mean knees and elbows. And, we're going to have a great day. We have Burger Boy. He's a fantastic burger company. He'll be set up outside. He'll be offering his delicious burgers. Everything raised from that will go to the fund.
Wow.
And I'm very confident. I'm really optimistic that between this one-off piece of memorabilia and the super seminar and what other people are doing, that before Christmas, we can go to Ian Coughlan and his family and hand them that check, clear plenty to send them to Germany, send them there in the new year, and have a great story to open up the new year with, that we've got this man the treatment and that he's making great progress. That's what we're aiming for.
You are giving me chills. This is a beautiful thing coming out of a horrific accident. We talked a little bit about Ian's story and certainly wish him the best. I want, for the people who only listen to the show, some are watching it, we went through everything, but I do want to put up that graphic again because you said that the auction will start tomorrow. That will be the 7th of December and it will go till December 23rd, right?
It'll actually go to, what do you call the day after Christmas Day? Do you call that Boxing Day or
Boxing Day?
Yeah, so we call it Stephen's Day. But actually, that's kind of a good name for a Boxing Day, because
that is a good name.
One of the most famous pair of boxing boots of all time. So the auction will start. Let me just double check. It's either the 7th or the 8th.
Okay, so while you're double checking, let me give the URL. It's tmgsportsmemorabilia.com. Right now we're showing a photo of the boots that you are holding in your office over there. www.tmgsportsmemorabilia.com is where the auction will be housed, and that's where you can place your bid as of tomorrow, December 7th. We're doing this. Oh, go ahead.
14th. Sorry, 14th. I've just confirmed that there. Everything's a bit last minute. We're trying to get this and some real high definition pictures of Conor wearing them. So we've been a bit crazy trying to get everything done.
No problem.
This great memorabilia site stepped up, offering to host them for us for free. Everything going to the charity. So it's actually starting on the 14th. We'll be bombarding you. I'm sure Helwani on the 14th will tweet it out as well. I'll be sending it out. Conor will be sending it out. So if you missed any of the links, don't worry. Check out the social medias and you'll get them on the 14th. It'll only go for, 14 till the 26th. So that's
12 days.
Less than 10 days, 12.
12 days.
Yeah, sorry, 12 days. Almost 2 weeks. And, let's boost this up as much as possible. And like I said, give the family something to celebrate over Christmas.
That's incredible. And now there is a GoFundMe page, which, as you mentioned, I did see that Conor made a very big donation to. That was really cool of him to do. We're showing the GoFundMe page right now, gofundme.com/let's-get-Ian-walking-again, or all you have to do is Google "Let's Get Ian Walking Again" and the GoFundMe page pops up. And thus far, last I checked, my eyesight is bad, but I know it's above 40,000 euros, and they're hoping for the goal of 75,000, right?
Yeah, so I believe it's at about 44, and we need 74 of them, right? So there's only 30 grand left. We've already gone over 40. There's only 30 grand left. So one last big push. Donate. If you donate 100 euros, that covers your fee for coming over for the super seminar on the 18th. And, if you're not able to make the seminar, but just donate whatever you can. If you have no money, at least share it, give it a shout out in your social media. Maybe somebody else can throw in a few quid. And then, if you're one of those rich guys out there, check out the auction, get a one-off. I kept these for young Conall. So Conall, if you're of age and you're watching this back, I apologize. I hope I haven't screwed up too much where I'm now regretting this. But they're going to a very good cause. And, maybe Uncle Conor will throw you a pair of gloves or something at some stage. But for now, these are up for auction from the 14th to the 26th. It's a one-off gift. It's an amazing Christmas present. It's a great story behind it. So get in there, bid crazy. And like I said, let's make a Christmas miracle happen.
Incredible foresight on your part to take those, because we're now approaching almost 5 years since that fight. If my math is correct. Yeah, 5 years. It'll be 5 years next August. So well done on your part. By the way, I'm assuming, he obviously knows you had them, but did he know you took them at the time, or did he just find out now when you put this up?
So here's the funny one. Only 2 or 3 days ago, I thought to myself, you know what, I have to do this. I think these could. Someone out there, some high net worth guy, I think will put a crazy bid in for this because of the story behind it and that they're one off. But I hadn't told Conor yet.
Oh man,
I hadn't told. Like when I stole a suit, I hadn't told him yet. So I took a picture of him and I sent it on to him. I was like, "What's up, champ? Just a heads up. I actually took those boots that you wore all training camp. Would you mind?" And he responded immediately, "Not at all. He'll sign them." And he put me in touch with the great Gingerbeard photography, Dave. And Dave had to go through a couple of years worth of pictures and dig up some great pictures of Conor wearing them during the training camp. I wanted people to see that I was genuine. He didn't just, put them on for a photograph. You'll see all the photos. He wore them the entire training camp. They were his favorite boots for it. And Conor was happy to give them over. And of course, I'm going to be delighted if we hit when we hit our figure. I know we're going to hit that target, and I can't think of anything that would be a better cause for this. And like you said, it's a tragic story, but I really feel we can have a positive outcome at the end of it all.
I also want to give a shout out to Andy Stevenson of Severe MMA, who's done a great job of chronicling the story. He did an interview with Ian that's been on social media that I hope everyone will check out as well. By the way, the seminar on December 18th, where is it?
So for the seminar, anybody interested, it's you're obviously going to be Dublin or Ireland based. It's on the 18th in my gym. Now, we did have some new legislation come in where people have to be either vaxxed or have proof of recovery. So keep that in mind. And now that the other fella has tweeted out that he might be showing up, I'm expecting a complete logistical nightmare.
Right.
We had over 2,000 people show up at the gym the last time he said he was swinging by. So we do have other rules we're going to have in place. Unfortunately, if you're watching this and you're thinking of showing up with your 5 kids for, Santa's Grotto type of event and you get the picture with Conor, I can't do that. We would have 10,000 people show up and we'd have Dublin shut down and the police would be on top of me.
Right.
So please go to my Instagram. I will be making a new video. We will have some fairly strict rules and regulations around that. I can only have, 100 people at a time in my gym. So I have to come up with a way to get people in and out, keep everybody happy, have people that want to train, have people that want to come down and get a picture. Number one, of course, is raise as much money for this great cause. So before showing up, before booking a flight from freaking Canada or Australia or something on the vague hope of meeting Conor, don't stop, wait, take a deep breath, and check out my Instagram for the new video that'll be coming up in the next few days, detailing what you'd have to go through in order to be here. And I'll say again, on the biggest show on the planet, the Helwani Show, I don't know if we'll be here. I'm not promising anything. Remember what cause it's for. It's for something very good. Don't be harassing me for all of 2022 if you decide to fly in and then you don't get to meet the man himself.
Yes. That is definitely worth stating very clearly. I would like to, I won't be there. I'm not going to go to to meet Conor or get an interview with him or anything like that, but I would love to donate just for the price of admission. I'd be more than happy.
That'd be amazing.
I know that's in your bio, right? On your Instagram?
That's in the bio of my Instagram. Ian's GoFundMe is there. So click on that. And look, anything, if it's 10 euros, if it's 100 euros, whatever you can afford, it's all adding up. We're flying along. It was only 20 grand or something about a week ago, and we're approaching 45 grand now. So we're there. So we're showing the strength of the national and the international jiu-jitsu and MMA community. This, if you trained, this could have been you. It wasn't. This could have happened at my gym. It could have been me. It could have been anybody. It was a pretty standard grappling technique, just a 1 in a million, 1 in a trillion weird way he fell. It could have been any one of us. It could have been your brother, your friend, your cousin. So let's get together and let's get this man walking again.
By the way, you mentioned something about a stolen suit. Well, I don't know this story. I feel like I know most of this.
You know that story.
When's this from? I'm getting old, I must say. Is this an old story?
Yeah, because what was funny was we actually videoed his response, and Audie, his manager, he had it on his YouTube. I'll dig it up and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Because it's kind of funny. It was just when Conor, I think it was actually after the Dustin 1 fight. So he was getting there. He wasn't who he was right now, and he had a very nice suit. And he went out, and me and Artem, we broke into his room and we were like seeing what we could. None of us had nice suits then, and he had a couple of nice suits, and luckily for me, I'm almost exact dimensions. Well, maybe not anymore now that he's gone up to light heavyweight. But back then, we're almost exact same dimensions. So his very nice suit looked really, really good on me. It fit perfect. And I've never had a tailored suit in my life. So I wore it and we went to dinner. And Conor sat across from me and he's like halfway through his meal. And suddenly he looked at me and he was like, "What? What the hell are you doing wearing that suit?" So I'll find that video. I think it's on Audie's YouTube page, but I'll dig it up and send it to you.
Did you give it back?
I don't know. I don't think Conor remembers. So.
That could be
may or may not still be in my wardrobe.
That could be what you give Conor when he instead of the boots, you give him the suit. You put that in the.
All right, now see that's why you are the smart one, Ariel.
Before I let you go, could I ask who are we excited about? Who's coming up in the gym now? Who's a name? Who's that event in Dublin, the Bellator event was incredible. I mean, I know it didn't necessarily go the team's way, but Peter Quealy's walkout was just the stuff of dreams. Same with James's walkout. Who's the next guy that we need to be looking out for? Or
we won't forget we had 5 great wins on the night.
Mm-hmm.
Kieran Clark and Danny Neely continued their unbeaten run, and then my Italian Stallions, they had some great wins, and all of our fights we were in. We were the massive underdogs. We were facing very, very tough competition, and we had some great wins. Yes, I thought James he did look well improved in his stand-up, and now he's in that 8-man tournament. So look, it might be one of those 1 step back, 2 steps forward. He's got, it hasn't been announced yet, the round 1, has it? I almost said it.
No.
But I'm very confident that James will. You always get me in trouble. But, I thought his stand-up looked really sharp, and that slight tactical error going for that takedown. And, Mix has a fantastic guillotine. He got caught with it. It's not a mistake James will make a second time. So let's see that can continue to improve. It was an honor to do the corner with Mr. Krause on the night. We've spoken a lot back and forth, but that was the first time physically going together. He's an incredible coach, incredible cornerman. And I'm sure James is only going to continue to improve with him. And I look forward to seeing him in that tournament next year. Peter, I thought he was doing great in the first round. The leg kicks and the punches were going well. Got a bit over enthusiastic, stepped in with the backhand, got caught. And, that guy, the Pitbull brothers, my God, they both have the touch. That touch is rare, and they both have it. I have a huge fight next weekend. It's my first time being involved in Combatche Global, the promotion in Miami. I'm actually flying out there on Wednesday morning. Franz Malambo is in the 8-man tournament.
The one-night tournament,
and, so he's a 135er that I seem to have gone through a period of just having fantastic 135ers between, Gallagher, Brad Katona winning the Ultimate Fighter trophy, Brian Moore in Bellator. I've got a bunch of them, but I think they would all agree that Franz Malambo is really, really special. He had a great run in Bellator. He beat Cage Warrior, ex-Cage Warriors world champion, I think 2 of them on his Bellator run. Had a freakish fight against Ricky Bandejas.
Bandejas.
I'm saying that right. Bandejas.
Yeah.
Round 1, I challenge anybody to watch that. It was going very well. Round 2, he caught a kick and got knocked out. It was an amazing shot from Ricky. Well done. Ricky's an alternative for this 8-man tournament, so we could get the rematch. But until then, I think Franz was showing his ability. I'm very confident of him in this 8-man tournament. If he wins it, that'd be 3 fights. He would be 9-1 or 8-1, 9-1, I think, in his last 10 fights. Mostly stoppages. A 135er with genuine one-punch knockout power. Hits like a train. Struggled a bit with the grappling early on, but now he's developed this incredible power guillotine game that he either knocks them out or they shoot in and he hits this power guillotine. Very exciting fighter. So looking forward to seeing him this weekend. And then, just the weekend there, we had 2 of our up-and-coming amateurs, Jordan Fury.
Yeah.
A big knockout guy, incredible power, southpaw, big left hand, big left high kick. And he got his first submission win. Again, it happened within 2 minutes. And then young Blessed, he won the featherweight belt, I think it was, featherweight or lightweight belt, against a very tough guy from Team Rhino, my old rival Andy Ryan that we'll be sharing the mat with soon enough. So look, we're in Dave Roach, my head coach for the MMA team, he's done incredible this last year. So we're expecting 22 to be our busiest year yet. Amateur team is flying. We've got a bunch of pros just kind of beginning that journey, 2-0, 3-0. Asael, one of the best strikers I've ever seen in MMA. He had a great win there recently on UAE Warriors. He's back in UAE Warriors early January. So, we're hitting the ground running early next year. Johnny Walker, I think we've just agreed to fight with him in the first quarter of next year. And we'll see him back in there as well. So, look, I got to my breath here. Second quarter,
I love the passion.
I think the Notorious one is back. So, we've a very busy 22.
I love the passion that you still have for the team, for the youngsters, for the sport. I want more people, when we clip out this video, like we clip out every interview, I want more people to click on it so that they learn about Ian's situation and the auction and the super seminar. So I'll end, you didn't put it, to your credit, you didn't put any restrictions on this interview. I know you wanted to come talk about the cause, and I'm happy to talk about it for 3 hours. But just so we can get more people to click on this, who do you want Conor to fight in his return? Because then we can get people. You get what I'm trying to do, right? The
brother, I know the game.
You see what I'm doing? You see what I'm doing, John?
Not my first barbecue, and I knew you would do it subtly.
That was actually the opposite of subtle. If I'm being honest, I was like laying all the cards. But I'm telling you my intentions. I couldn't care less about the fight stuff. There's nothing more important than this young man's health, and I hope you know that I'm sincere in saying that.
No, I 100% know. But look, let's pose the question, and then you can clip it to start there, and then I'll give my answer.
John, everyone's looking forward to the return of Conor McGregor. We know he's still nursing the injury, getting back to 100%. If it was up to you, who does he fight in his highly anticipated return?
I'll be honest, the Nate Diaz trilogy is very, very tempting. It's a fight that gives me nightmares. The man doesn't stop coming forward for whether it's 3 rounds or 5 rounds, but it's an intriguing fight. So that one is definitely very interesting, but also the Tony Ferguson one. It never happened. It was talked about a lot. Tony still has, I believe, a lot to offer the game. He's very unorthodox striker, grappler. I think the build-up would be fun for the fans. So any of those kind of legacy guys. But but look, that division is killer. You've your Dan Hookers in there. The Islam fight would be amazing as well for obvious reasons. And we have, whoever's going to win this belt coming up that's very soon, right? That fight is in this Saturday. Oh my God. So, look, any of those names, I'm just excited to see Conor back, healthy, training. I wondered what would happen after this injury. It's a long road back to recovery. The boy, it's not a secret, he's got a couple of quid in the bank. He could obviously go off and live in an island and play on his yacht for the rest of his life. But I have not seen 1% drop in his incredible drive and desire and passion and interest in the sport. I've said it to you many times. I've said it to everybody that it's when you truly, if you can get rid of money problems, you really find out what it is you're passionate about, because, you'll only do something you really enjoy. He's still in the gym all day, every day. We're still chatting about fighting techniques all day, every day. He's still talking about getting that belt again all day, every day. What can you conclude from this? He loves fighting. He loves mixed martial arts. He loves competition. So let's get back healthy. Let's get back training, and let's go on a run in 22. And I'm sure there's some people there with steam coming out of their ears that he's coming back for that belt. But I'm sorry to upset you. He's coming back there for that belt. So give me your best shot on Twitter.
I love it. I love it. That was perfect. What a promo there from John. I love this. This is great. We should do these more often, John. Don't be so shy. It's great to have you on the show.
I was nervous about coming on, so I had a double espresso, and I think I might have overshot the mark a little bit.
No, please. A triple next time would be great. I mean, I just want to see how far we can go. Again, most importantly, go to the GoFundMe. It's everywhere. I have tweeted about it. John has tweeted about it. And those boots right there, worn by the great Conor McGregor in the lead up to the historic Floyd Mayweather fight, will be auctioned off as of next week. The date was the 14th, he said. One more time for that link, if I could just repeat it for the world. TMGsportsmemorabilia.com on the 14th. I will repost it. John will repost it. I'm sure Conor will as well. It goes to Boxing Day, the 26th, and all the proceeds will go to getting Ian Coughlan to walk again. Much respect, John. And we'll also promote the December 18th super seminar being put on by you and the rest of the Irish MMA community. So great to talk to you. I wish it wasn't under these circumstances, but much respect for what you guys are doing. And we will try our best to get that number up to 74K as well.
We're going to do it. Thank you very much, Ariel.
All right. There he is, John Kavanagh. Like I said, coming on to talk about a very worthy cause. I hope he has a quadruple shot of espresso the next time he is on the program. That was great stuff from John. And please, if you can, even if it's $10, $5, $15. New York Rick mentioned Ian, I believe it was last week on the show or 2 weeks ago. But in any event, we spoke about him. I've tried to shine a light. Severe MMA has done a fantastic job of shining a light. My friend Pizzi has done a fantastic job. These tragedies, fortunately, don't happen too often in the world of MMA/BJJ, but it has happened. And that is a very tight-knit community. And it's a community that we all think very fondly of, a community that has produced some of the greatest moments of the past decade in MMA. And so it's great to see them all come together. It's great to see Conor getting involved. He donated a very large sum. You could see it on the GoFundMe. It's right up there for the world to see. Great to see John getting involved. Wasn't even one of his fighters, wasn't even in his gym. But to see them all come together, to put that up for auction, to put on the seminar, just it's wonderful.